Breaking Bad has introduced us to some fascinating characters, each offering a great psychological case study. However, one character often overlooked is Gustavo Fring. This guy is something else. What lies behind his calm demeanor is yet to be known. Is he a seemingly mild-mannered businessman or a ruthless criminal mastermind? Gustavo "Gus" Fring has completely changed how we think about villains in stories. The guy takes being a villain too seriously. Have you ever seen a villain who does his drug trade in a restaurant? Well, if not, Gustavo has you covered. At the heart of Gus's facade is his successful fast food chain, Los Pollos Hermanos. This business serves as the perfect front for his drug distribution operation. What's interesting is that Gus didn't start with the restaurant and then move into drugs. It was actually the other way around. He financed the opening of his first restaurant with money from drug manufacturing and selling. The success of his drug trade made it necessary for him to open more locations to launder more money. To make matters more surprising, the restaurant actually had a remarkable reputation. The guy really maintained the quality of his legitimate business. He had a good reputation for his excellent chicken. However, it was expected since he has this deep obsession with perfectionism. This attention to detail not only helps maintain his cover, but also allows him to operate and control his own distribution and manufacturing network. However, Gus's public image goes beyond just being a successful businessman. He's known as a booster for Albuquerque civic causes and maintains a high profile in community service. I find it fascinating how he uses his anti-drug philanthropy to conceal his true nature from the public. He's even a member of the hospital board and makes a large donation to charitable events held by the local Drug Enforcement Administration office. It's quite ironic, right? But this is nothing compared to his superpower, manipulation. Many villains possess this trait, however, what makes Gus dangerous is how he combines manipulation with a touch of charm. The guy is used to manipulating those around him to the extent that he even dares to manipulate law enforcement officers. There is this incident where he befriends the special agent in charge at the DEA, effectively placing himself above suspicion. Imagine a drug enforcement officer working with the drug kingpin. Isn't this insane? But I can't blame the officer. It isn't easy to see past the outwardly pleasant demeanor of Gus that masks a ruthless, cruel, and Machiavellian nature in managing his drug empire. However, this isn't the only place Gus's charm has worked wonders. His charm extends to his modest lifestyle choices. He drives an old Volvo station wagon, doesn't wear fancy clothes, and doesn't live in a mansion. This low-key approach helps him blend in and avoid drawing unwanted attention to his illegal activities. Now, you might be wondering how he even became like that, since you don't just wake up and decide to be a criminal. There is always a certain path, whether it's mistreatment, trauma, or just testing the waters. Well, Gustavo's story is none of the above. Though his early life is not very clear to the public, it's certain that he grew up with his siblings from a very poor background. Young Gus even grew a lucuma tree so as to make a living. It molded him by hardening his resourcefulness as well as his determination to get things done. But that's not all. Well, the drug empire started with one partner, Max Arciniega. But they didn't stop at just selling chicken. They took their ambitions further by developing a top-quality strain of methamphetamine, using the restaurants as a front for their drug operation. However, they couldn't maintain the business all by themselves and needed someone who had been in the industry. So the drug world led them to seek a partnership with Don Eladio Fuente, the leader of the Juarez cartel. They believed Eladio could help them open the global market for the product. To draw the cartel's attention, they started providing free samples of their meth to the cartel operatives. This strategy, however, turned out to be a disaster for them. Don Eladio was angered by the temerity and what he considered their insolence. To everyone's surprise, Don Eladio decided to kill Max right in front of Gus, ordering Hector Salamanca to do it. Gus had to stand and do nothing as his partner and possibly a lover bleeds to death in Don Eladio's swimming pool. This loss turned out to be a turning point in Gus's life. It created a passion for vengeance against the cartel, especially Hector Salamanca. This tragedy defined Gus's actions for decades as he sought to create his own criminal empire and bring down all those who crossed him. However, creating a whole empire isn't an easy feat. So what were the factors that contributed to his empire's success, you may ask? Well, Gus's empire was built around a highly developed meth distribution system. This was not just some petty local business. This was one of the main drug trafficking corridors, carrying billions of dollars worth of crystal meth per year to the southwestern United States. What was really interesting was Gus's super lab. The state-of-the-art facility was hidden beneath an industrial laundry called Lavanderia Brillante. Let's not even talk about the project cost. It was over $8 million, financed by Gus and Peter Schuler. But that's not all. The super lab could manufacture between 100 and 300 pounds of meth per week. Its design was done by chemist Gail Bottcher, who even went to the extent of outlining the type of apparatus needed. The business was growing well, and as any other drug trade business, it was not without incidents of violence and threats. However, Gus's ruthlessness was more than enough to deal with them. For example, when Hank got too close to the truth, Gus hired someone to kill him. This decision led to Walter White turning against him in the series. However, Gus didn't lose much, only a worker, thus proving just how merciless he was deep down. But the story doesn't end there. Gus's need for control is perhaps his most defining characteristic. It's not just about controlling his business empire, it's about controlling every aspect of his life and the lives of those around him. This need for control stems from a deep-seated fear of unpredictability. I find it interesting how this manifests in his interactions with others. Gus is only comfortable allowing people to do their job if they share his obsessive and controlling nature. He requires his environment, including the people around him, to be steeped in order and productivity. This need for control extends to his emotions as well. Gus rarely displays strong emotions, maintaining a cool, calm demeanor even in high-pressure situations. This emotional detachment allows him to make difficult decisions without being influenced by sentiment or sympathy. But that's not all. The guy is also terminally tidy, always orderly, clean, and neat. This obsession with perfection extends to every aspect of his life and business. For instance, even in his last moments, he takes the time to straighten his tie. It's this level of meticulousness that allows him to run such a sophisticated operation. His obsessive nature is particularly evident in his work ethic. Gus is known to delay physical urges like drinking, eating, or using the restroom when he's focused on a task. This dedication to his work is a double-edged sword. It's what makes him successful, but it also isolates him from others. Well, that marks the end of today's video. We hope you liked and enjoyed it. On your way out, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more videos like these. Till next time.